There's a need for an otolaryngologist who operates. John Selman's been in town for years and done a great job. But John's gotten to the point where he's stopped operating. And so the patients who need, even the standard ear, nose, and throat procedures, things like tubes and tonsils and sinus surgery and nasal surgery, have to go elsewhere. And, the hospital, recognizing the need that that stuff really needs to be happening in town, has gone out and recruited me. Actually, prior to coming here, I was in a community of similar size in Tennessee, and it was great, and I wanted to be in Virginia, and so I moved over to South Hill. South Hill is actually about a third the size of this. It's a little bit too sparse. Okay, this is great. I mean, because everything you really need is in town. There may not be 5 people who are selling whatever, but there's at least 2 or 3, and so it's you've got 2 movie theaters, which is 2 more than we had in South Hill. The school system's better. Just everything about the town. A couple grocery stores. It's convenient. It's nice. Even before I came here, I mean, when you interview, they show you, this is what we've got. Is there anything you need? And actually, as far as the operating room is concerned, they have pretty much everything I use. I may use a slightly different brand or something like that, but they're really well equipped in the operating room. We have everything. We have everything that we had when I was at the University of Pittsburgh. Additionally, I'm sort of interested in patients who have balance problems, and the hospital has, without much of a pause on their part, has gone out and got me, the absolute latest and greatest pieces of equipment for diagnosing people with balance problems and treating them. And it's great. It's a great addition to the community. There's a lot of things you use it for. It's not just for people who are dizzy. You can actually use it for people with movement disorders. The orthopedics guys actually have use for it. It's a great piece of equipment. It's made by Neurocom, and it's a very sophisticated piece of equipment. Ear, nose, and throat is kind of it's a little bit strange as far as a specialty. We're surgeons, okay? That's what we're trained as. It's not really a medical practice, but most of what we do, in fact, is medical practice. So the patients initially, only get sent to you by their physician, because most people really don't pay attention to, oh, there's a new ear, nose, and throat doctor in town, I'm going to remember that. But after a while, you rapidly become sort of almost a primary care physician. Now, obviously, I'm not treating people's blood pressure and stuff, but the reason a lot of people go to the doctor is because they have problems with their ear, nose, or throat. And they find out from their neighbor or their friends and say, hey, I've got a problem, and rather than going to see my primary care doctor, I'm going to go see the ear, nose, and throat doctor. So in a couple of years, actually, most of your patients come from other patients, which is great, because there's, that's the end user determining that, they think you're doing a pretty good job. We're actually going to start patients on Monday, the 1st of October. So that's next weekend, or after this weekend. Yeah, absolutely. This is exactly the right size town. The nice thing is that, if people need tertiary care stuff, they don't have to go particularly far to get their tertiary care stuff. It's not like, you got a 3-hour drive to get someplace where, if you need microvascular reconstruction, or, need something where it's a combination with neurosurgery. But for the other things, yeah, we can do it here. There's no question about it. None of this stuff is stuff I haven't been doing for years and doing successfully. Particularly in the kids, when you're going to operate on a kid, just like adults, they have to not eat anything after midnight. And so now you've got a significant ride with a child who's a little dehydrated, kind of cranky, going to go have something done to them that they know they probably don't want to have done. And so this, you wind up with a kid who's even more dehydrated, a little bit more hyped up. It's unpleasant for the child. Furthermore, if the kid has a complication, okay, and then they have to, in the middle of the night, turn around and go back and get something done, you got a 2-hour ride or an hour ride back to get something done about, post-op tonsil bleed or something like that, which is infrequent, but does happen. And so this way, all they do is come to their local emergency room, and we'll fix the problem and send them home.